I'm here again. You know who it is. It's DJ Nigel, MC Nigel, whichever way you want to put this thing, yeah. I'm back for a little special one-off, yeah. It ain't going to be as long as the last one, yeah, because that went on. Me and two 11-year-olds just cracked right on and talked so much rubbish for the half of the night, yeah. So we're coming in with a nice short and sweet thing. It's going to be around about half an hour long, so please give me your ears for as long as you can spare, even if you do it in two parts. I ain't fussed yet. Take the first half, go away, have a sandwich, do your thing, work at work, do whatever, come back, watch the second half. No one's really bothered, as long as you have a little listen, because tonight we're bringing through a little bit of a discussion at the minute, and it's purely because, yeah, I'll get to the point, yeah. It's Ricky Gervais's Afterlife, yeah. Now, I watched it on Netflix. I'm sure everyone who knows about Netflix and Ricky Gervais has watched his new show. It's getting a lot of attention at the moment. It's getting a lot of good reviews. Mainly the media is giving it a very good review. Now, is that because Ricky Gervais is such a known face that he's getting good reviews because people know him? Or is it actually a decent piece of media? Is it actually a good series and whatever? Now, I'm coming at you as a guy who never really was a fan of Ricky Gervais. But I now am, and I don't know why. Something changed, and maybe it's changed in you, maybe it hasn't. I'm not sure, but we're going to discuss something tonight. Now, I've got a little guest here with me. It's really nice for me because it is my other half, my partner in crime, the love of my life. It's Sally. Say hello, Sally.
Hello.
So Sally is my other half, and we did this podcast sort of thing the other week with her son Harry and his friend Oscar. It went down quite well. A lot of his kids' friends are loving it, and a couple of my friends are loving it. My dad liked it. I think my mum listened to it. I'm not sure, but you know, it was fun. We had nothing to do, and I thought the kids are here. Let's get them involved with a little bit of podcasting. And do you know what?
They loved it.
Yeah, they loved it. I enjoyed it as well. It's new to me. Like I don't usually like talking. Anyone who knows me knows if they try and ring me, I don't answer the phone because I'd rather just like see you in person and whatever, or text. Text is whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do. But we've decided tonight because there's a couple of people I know and there's a couple of things I've seen on my social media about this series. There's a couple of people that I love and respect, and they know who they are. And please don't think this is aimed at you. It's just a discussion about how this series is making people feel, and the emotion it's evoking from people. Because me being an actor as well, and everyone knows me, I am an actor, and I want to watch the mediums and the media that people put out there. I want it to make me think. Okay, I want it to make me question my opinion. I want it to do all this, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom of things tonight on the fact of Ricky Gervais's sitcom Afterlife. Is that affecting me purely because I've been through similar situations, or I've seen or watched other events unfold that have affected me to like this sitcom? Now, I'm guessing that a lot of the people that have watched this, they have been affected. So I'm going with the majority that's going, they love this show because it's made them laugh, it's made them cry, it's made them cry and laugh at the same time, and it's all, they don't know what to think. So is it something that's I don't know, like it's not controlling, but is it taking over people's emotions in a clever way, or is it actually just genuinely a lot of people and 99% of the population is affected by some sort of thing towards it? And if you just ain't affected by these kind of situations, then it's affecting you zero, which is fine, because anything that goes out there in the world should never affect everybody. It can affect some people, and if it doesn't affect you, don't worry, because it doesn't affect you. But to me, I'm trying to say is that if it doesn't affect you, doesn't mean it's bad. That's what I'm trying to get to, is if it doesn't affect you and the situations and the scenarios do not play onto your life, you don't need to go, yeah, it's great. Because if you haven't experienced it, you ain't going to feel that, are you, babe? Do you know what I mean?
If you don't know and you've not been there, then you're not going to have a clue about it. If it's a situation that kind of relates to you, then you're going to feel it twice as much.
Oh, of course, yeah. For example, now, for those of you that don't know or haven't even seen it yet, or you've heard about it and you want to watch it, Ricky Gervais's Afterlife, it's on Netflix. The full 6 episodes are on there, and it basically follows through a gentleman by the name, I'm sure it's Tony. We watched it the weekend, but I'm just I'm sure it's Tony. He's lost his wife to cancer, okay? And she's left him some little video messages trying to aid him in his life without her. And that in itself is quite touching.
She was his life.
Yeah, exactly. She was his life, and he's basically now trying to live without her. And it's so touching in the way that he's cracked on with his life, but he's very negative. The guy is very negative.
He's bitter.
He's bitter, he's negative because the world and life has taken away the one thing he loved. And he's not bothered about people, he's rude to people, but he basically says what he thinks. Now, we do live in a day and age where we can't say what we think. Like, some people do, and a lot of people go, oh, he's just said that. And we don't like it because we probably think we wish we could have said what he said without the repercussions that he's getting. And Ricky Gervais is a known guy for this. He says what he thinks, and he basically says this philosophy of, okay, I've offended you. Now, it's your choice to be offended, okay? If I call you a idiot and you get offended, it's still my thought that you're an idiot, and I believe you're an idiot. So I'm allowed to have that opinion. If it offends you, you can either go, you can't call me that because I don't like that, or you can just crack on with your life and don't let it affect you. And we live in a day and age where opinions, if they offend, you're in the wrong for having that opinion. And people are trying to shape other people's opinions to believe what other people want you to believe. But you don't. You have a choice. You can not believe it, and you can fight back and say, I believe this, and if you don't like it, that ain't my problem. As long as I ain't physically affecting you or like vindictively placing harm upon yourself, I can say whatever I want, okay? And you choose to do whatever you want and go away with it. But that's not what we're trying to talk about today. It's about the afterlife. So crack on telling us, Sally, with what basically happens in the first couple of episodes.
So he loses his wife. He's very bitter and twisted, rude to pretty much everyone. People are trying to help him, and he's not prepared to accept their help because he can't see a future. And even people that you don't have to have lost someone, just end of a relationship or whatever like that, you just feel that is everything and there is no way forward. But when you look at the bigger picture, there is a whole wide world out there, but you just don't see it at the time.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the story sets out. I won't lie, the first episode is very slow going, and if anyone's seen the trailer, a lot of the jokes and a lot of the scenes are already in the trailer. And if you liked it because of that, that's great. But there is a lot of things. So there's the scene with the little ginger child that was out there, caused a lot of controversy, which is a lot of bollocks, because the mother came back and said, I'm well happy for Ricky Gervais to say this, because this guy is playing a guy. It wasn't racist towards ginger people, if you can even have that, because that's a load of bollocks. It's just a pigment issue, and it's like, it's not even an issue. Do you know what I mean? So he said, basically, he called a guy a pedo that he didn't even know. So that child needed educating in the first place. The parents should have said, you don't speak to strangers, and you don't literally be disrespectful like that. So he's called him a pedo just for walking past the school and talking to his nephew. So that little ginger kid needed a slap from the offset. So he basically said, pedo, and he went, I'm not a pedo, and if I was a pedo, you'd be safe, you tubby little ginger cunt. And he is. He's tubby, he's little, he's ginger, and he was a cunt. He did not think about his actions, and he was not brought up in the right way to be doing this, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, but it was funny. It is funny. It's done in the context of a guy who's lost his wife, and he doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. And he's just basically saying, you're being an idiot, don't be a cunt all your life, disappear. And the kid walked away and didn't really know what to do with himself. And that's how it should be. Yeah, he comes back in a few episodes' time with a hammer and threatens him with his life. But again, it was a guy who's lost everything. Now, we've all probably been in a situation. Well, I'm going to put it out there, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's loss of a loved one, whether it's something that you've had all your life that you really admire and love, and you place all your time and effort into it. When that's suddenly gone, you do get lost in a void. And speaking as an advocate of people with mental issues and depression and anxiety, it happens. And this guy is experiencing, I'm guessing, a lot of these things, and he's trying to crack on with his life. And again, the episodes crack on through him at work, and he pushes on his anger and his depression on other people at work. There is a larger guy that he starts like playing with his neck fat, And the guy's quite happy with it because it's attention, and everyone goes, "Oh yeah, oh, you can't do that to the fat guy." But the fat guy's enjoying it, and he understands the guy's in
But
a
he
bad
probably
situation.
did that anyway.
He probably did that
He did
anyway.
that prior to all this what's going on.
Exactly. So it comes to this point: is it's like Ricky Gervais is very controversial in a way. Like if anyone's seen his Oscar presenting, it's very controversial. But at the end of the day, it's comedy.
But it's not just comedy, it's life, because people do try and pick you up no matter what your situation. They try and make a joke of it, try and help you. But sometimes you just have to work through it. There is no helping you. No matter what anyone says, they can't change your mindset. You just have to work through that. And when you get to the other side, it's different.
It is, and I think that's always a key part in anything. If there's any kind of trauma, everyone goes through it, and if it's a family trauma, you're always there for those people. And it's not about yourself. You're not doing it for like yourself, for going, I've just helped this person through this bad time. It's not about you. It's about the person you're helping. Even if they're blind to what you're telling them and they don't listen to what you're telling them, it ain't about you. It's about what you're doing for them. And if they can't see something at a time, all you can do as a person, as an individual, as a family member, as a best friend, as an acquaintance, as a work colleague, is just be there. And we don't ever dwell upon the fact that these people can't get through, or the frustration of going, why can't you see this? It's not about that. People have to live their own stuff. I've given out so much advice to people, and I'm sure you have as well, Sal, right? You've given out so much advice to people that you want to shake them and go, why aren't you listening to me? And then they don't take the advice, and then it happens, and the situation finishes, and they go, oh, I wish I'd listened to you. Yeah, I've also had the same advice given to me, and I haven't listened to it.
I was going to say, I've also not listened, because the moment you're in, you don't hear it. It just takes a while sometimes, but when you do hear it, all of a sudden it is like, oh my god.
And that's the point. This is what we're trying to get to. In this series, should I say, is all of his acquaintances, his brother-in-law, his work colleagues. They're trying to get through to him, bless him, and he's just angry at the world. And I don't blame this guy. He's
lost everything.
Yeah, he's lost everything in his world,
and he
right?
can't see a future.
Exactly. So, and he's always talking about killing himself and all this kind of stuff. So again, we've all got someone that we know that's either killed themselves. We've all got all this kind of stuff. And watching this show, it's invoking that kind of frustration in me, going, I've known someone that's done that. I've seen people in those positions, and it's a frustration to yourself, because you need to let them know. Huh?
I've been in that position where you just literally can't move, and you're just so devastated about everything, and everyone's like, oh, for God's sake, come on, liven up, and you can't do it. And then all of a sudden a switch flicks, and you're like, oh my God, there is a life out there.
And I suppose that's what we're trying to say here, is that even if you're in that dark sort of place where oh my God, everything is done, nothing's worth doing anymore, you've tried so hard forever and whatever.
There's always something.
Yeah, and you're probably looking around and you're going, hold on, all my friends are saying all this. They ain't saying it for the laugh. They're saying it basically to go, do you know what? There is stuff worth living for. And this is exactly what this series did for me. Do you know, people are trying to tell him that it's not all about that. And everyone's always had this said to them, like, oh, they wouldn't want this for you. So-and-so wouldn't want this for you after they're gone. They don't want you to be sad. And you go, oh, fuck off, man. Like, you don't know what they want. But they wouldn't. If they were sat there seeing you in so much pain, they wouldn't want you to.
Do you know what always makes me laugh? When people say they died doing something they love. I'm really
Steve
sure
Irwin.
They didn't want to die doing something they love. Yes, they may have loved it, but they didn't want to fucking die doing it. So yes, I understand that may help people at home.
Yeah,
but
of course.
No one wants to die doing something they love. They love doing what they're doing, and that's just a tragic end to it.
It is. It's a tragic end, but we will look at this. I suppose you have to look at it in relativity.
Yeah, I think that helps people at home.
Of course, yeah, no, but again, Steve Irwin, he got stabbed by a stingray whilst he was doing a nature program. Yeah, he's amazing. But what happened with him is he's got with so many endangered and dangerous animals, and then the one thing he gets with is one thing that's a real plastic creature that just was having a shit day, and it stabbed him through the heart, and he died. And again, everyone goes, oh, he died doing what he loved. Now I tell you what, if he was here to talk now, I'm guessing if I went, hey Bruce, Steve, what's going down, mate? Can I ask you a
He'd
little couple of
rather be
questions?
here.
Can I ask you a couple of questions about when you died? Were you quite happy to die that way? You go, no, fucking no, bro. I've fucking tamed snakes. I've fucking wrestled alligators, and then fucking this little poncy little stingray came up and stabbed the shit out of me, and I wasn't even looking. I wasn't even ready. And yeah, no, I'm absolutely gutted that I went that way. So yeah, we've all got those kind of situations and like people that work with animals.
That his daughter has carried it on as well.
It is,
She
and this is
stepped
that.
up and done his thing because I loved everything he did, and she has carried it on, and she's there in her combat trousers, and she's diving in pools.
Exactly, and
She is good.
she's great. And that why am I doing a bloody Australian accent? I've got to stop that.
Sure.
Look, the thing is, there is with that is again, it's someone doing what they love. He was quite controversial. A lot of PETA people, again, I mentioned them probably in the other recording, which didn't record. They're all a little bit too up their own arses. And what I'm saying, I'm going back into this Australian accent. I can't shake it, so hold on.
That's okay, babe. I can do Australian if you like.
Well, yeah, maybe you could start now.
Of a semi kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
go
so
surfing.
basically, yeah, these kind of people have done these things. I don't know why he's got off tangent and talking about people dying and doing whatever, but it's quite relevant. We'll get back to Ricky
Very
Gervais's thing because it's quite close to home for me. Again, just the grief of losing someone in that way, and also the undertones in the sort of parallel storyline that's going on is with Ricky Gervais's character with his dad, and his dad is in a care home, and he's obviously clearly in the later stages of dementia or Alzheimer's, whichever it is. It's not touched on too graphically or too extensively, and from my own grandma having dementia and me going to see her for the one or two times I did, it touched me. It touched me so hard because it's the frustration of someone who has someone in that position, and you're looking at an idol or a figure in your life that meant so much to you. You're watching them disappear. And what did it for me is when I saw my nan, and my mother was there with me, and she said, "Oh, you know who this is? This is your grandson, Neil." And for a vacant stare, just to look back at me and just look at me and just look at me like she just trod in me. And that for me was an end game for me. I couldn't see my nan in any more of a position or visit her any other times because it was too upsetting for me. I wish I did, because it wasn't about me. This is what I'm trying to say, is it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the people that it affects. And I watched my mother go through a situation that she said she didn't want to do, and I watched my aunties and uncles go and care and be there for these people, and I would turn up on special occasions to show my face and will myself to be there, and it just killed me inside. And it's so horrible to watch that happen to someone, and to watch this guy go along with that as well as losing his wife. I can't even comprehend where this guy was in his headspace. So if he's been a cunt to everybody else, I expect him to be.
Exactly, where he's trying to deal with his own grief, and when he walks in, his dad's saying like, what was her name, Julie or whatever
her name was. Yeah, we watched it well, didn't we?
Yeah, but where he's doing that, because my nan also had dementia, and I'd walk in one day and I'd talk to her, and she always recognised who I was, but she didn't know who I was. If someone asked her who this was, she got really aggressive and all the rest of it. And that is the sad part about it.
It's so sad purely because I've always had this debate with someone, is like, what is worse? Is it worse to have dementia, not know who you are, but be perfectly able-bodied? Or is it better to be completely unable to move, be crippled, but still know who you are?
I'd rather have dementia.
Yeah, again, we've had this argument. It's not even an argument, it's a debate. Like I say, we've all had this. Now, my personal opinion on this is if... because I've been through it, because I've seen someone go, and I've not had the opportunity to tell them how much they meant to me because they didn't know who the hell I was. Because I had the opportunity, I would rather that my grandma, before she died, I'd rather that she was incapacitated, didn't know, couldn't move her arms or legs, had cancer riddled throughout her body, but she still knew who she was, to be able to look me in the eye and go, thank you for being my grandson, and thank you for all these times. I am in pain, but I'm off. Rather than me sit there and go, she's able-bodied. She's my grandma was a G. She was wandering around. She was wandering around the home, pushing furniture around, right? Completely able-bodied, yeah? She was moving it around, but you come up to her and say, yo, Iris, what you saying? She'll go, who the fuck are you? And she would look at you with the evil in her eye, and I understand that, yeah. But to not, I couldn't get my head around that. If you did not know someone, to lose someone mentally, for me, is massive trauma to people.
Yeah, I agree. If you lose someone mentally, that's completely different. But when I used to go and see my nan, she used to still go through her old routine. I used to go through her routine. I could chit chat and blah 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 all through it. She wasn't doing any of it, but we'd still go through it. But she was still happy. She wasn't in pain.
But again,
but this is the thing. She wasn't in pain. She was still in her head. She was still living her life. So when I'd go in and see her, she may not know my name, but she was happy to see me because she knew me.
Yeah, but again, I
wouldn't want her in pain.
No, but no one wants anybody in pain. No. This is the point, and it's the pain of both the person.
I'd rather her live in her own little parallel universe than, and that would be my struggle to deal with that because she's fine. And
but this is the point. There's people you're saying she's fine, and I'm saying my grandma was fine. The fine point is with a mental disability, with anything you get to, all these doctors go, oh yeah, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's fine. This isn't a problem to her, blah blah blah. Nobody knows, and I don't care who you are. If you got a PhD, I ain't got PH shit. I had a PH pencil when I was in art class when I was a kid. No one knows what someone is thinking. No one will ever fucking know what anyone else is saying, okay? So if you told me that my nan was happy and fine and what it is, you know nothing. The same with mental disabilities and mental illnesses at the moment, anxiety, depression. No one knows. And I could be sat there thinking, I know something, this, that, and the other. And someone tells me this guy's got mental issues, he's bipolar, he's anxiety-based, he's got all this. He does not know, and no one else will get in my head. This is why I think that people that are psychiatrists, I think they're a load of bullshit. No one can say this guy's mental because you do not know what they are thinking in their head. And this is where, I don't know why we've got off the tangent of Ricky Gervais's thing, but it's
kind of irrelevant.
It kind of irrelevant, but relevant. It is relevant. But to me, it's basically, let's bring it back to Gervais's thing because this isn't the time or place, but he was basically upset with his father's there. He's getting annoyed with his father. The nurse there.
Suicide.
Hey?
Bordering suicide.
Bordering suicide. He wanted to. The whole series is about him wanting to commit suicide, and basically it's a flip reversal of him wanting to commit suicide and his friends convincing him otherwise. And his actions play out through to him realizing that it ain't worth that. And his wife wouldn't have wanted that, and his friends that cared just as much as his wife did about him managed to flip his decisions. And yeah, I'm going to bring it back to a lot of people saying that it was boring, it was this, it was that. And this brings me to my discussion of, Sally, why do you think that people out there didn't like it compared to a lot of people that did? Again, the first instances are they haven't been through this, or is it purely because that these jokes aren't making people laugh because everyone expects Ricky Gervais to make them laugh?
I think that initially they expected it to be really funny and people to make him laugh, or him to make them laugh.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I've been through friends that have had people commit suicide.
Yeah.
I've lost people to illness, and none of it makes it any easier. But when you've been through those things, you hear it and you see so many small things that at the time you didn't see, but you see after, that think that person may have needed help. You can't always help them because they're in that moment,
of course,
but you see resemblances, and you also, maybe from your own experiences, whether it's been through, it can be like as simple as like a relationship breakup. It doesn't even have to be that major. But depending where you are mentally, it can pull on every chord, because sometimes someone can be your you've done so much with someone for so long, and when they're gone, you're just not sure how to live life again. And
I completely think that is the case, because
it's a huge thing.
Well, it's a massive thing, because if you're used to something for so long, you become like acclimatized to their
may not
presence.
be a healthy thing.
Yeah, it's
And
not a healthy thing, but no one chooses to feel the way they feel.
No.
This is the point.
But it also needs to end, but you just don't know where you go from there, because it's been your life for so long. So therefore...
Well, this is the point. Is like a couple of comments I've seen about the series is a couple of friends going, it's just vulgar, it's just rude language, it's just people being rude to other people, and there's no real storyline. Now, I get if you've only watched the first episode, you're going to get that from it. But it's a journey. 6 episodes, 3 hours worth of a journey. You have to watch it all. And again, I'm not telling you guys are wrong. If you've got that opinion, then it doesn't make you feel anything, then that's fine. But for someone to evoke that kind of emotion from people on a broad spectrum of a lot of people are being affected by this in this way. It is tugging on these heartstrings, and it is tugging on actual situations where people have been through those situations. And again, if you've not been through it, you don't have to like it. It's not clever writing. I don't think it's Shakespeare.
You won't know the feelings.
Exactly. I don't think it's Shakespeare. I don't think it's anything like that. What I do is I think it's down to earth. It's not supposed to be a comedy. It's a thought-provocative piece, and it does it so well. I was bawling. I was crying my eyes out. And my friend said to me, it's because there's a dog in it, and they know I love dogs. It's nothing to do with the fact there was a dog in it. It was more to the fact that the guy was losing his dad to dementia, and I'd seen that happen to my family. And it was also because this guy being such a cynic and such a horrible outset and outlook on his life, that he was just pushing daggers at everybody he was with that were trying to help him. And it was only at the end, when he saw sense, everything gets realized. And I get someone in that position of throwing them daggers out at people. But
you also get the feeling of where people are trying to help him and they're getting nowhere, so their frustration and their upset is like huge. But he also knows they're trying to help him, but you just at that time can't accept it. You have to be at the right place to accept it.
Exactly, but again, it's this thing, and everyone at the moment is saying it's this, that, and the other. I just wanted to discuss it because I completely get that people won't get it. And I get it.
Language, I think, is irrelevant.
Language is irrelevant. I call a cunt, man. I don't care.
A word's a word.
Words
at the
are
end
words,
of the day,
yeah.
if you're offended by a word, then you need to look at a bigger picture, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's
the bigger picture of that series. Yeah,
it's
of
an
course.
expression.
And I mean, again, like I say, it is just an opinion. I think Ricky Gervais did a cracking job. I mean, we've only just touched on certain things. A lot of people have.
I laughed. I was crying while I was laughing.
That's the thing, is it does so much.
And I hated Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, again, I didn't when I was younger, but I didn't really understand the comedy. The Office, a lot of people said it's boring, but no, it's not. It's a study of people. Like, a lot of people that didn't like The Office hadn't done an office job, so they have no reason or anything to compare it with. And I go, no, I never had an office job, but I had certain. Well, I did have an office job when I was younger.
I had an office job, but
It was just more than everyone.
I didn't watch it, but I just formed an opinion over Ricky Gervais. I didn't like
but this is the point, I think, with Ricky Gervais, is a lot of people form an opinion of him based on his characters, and they think that his characters are him, so they go, he's a cunt, so they don't like his work. Now, people, a lot of the people that aren't actors or aren't in the media, whatever, creating media, critiquing media, or doing whatever, they don't understand sometimes that this isn't that person, this is a character. You play this character, and that character invoked a lot of negative opinions, but it still became a BAFTA-winning thing, and it was amazing. And I still think Derek for me was a massive
I don't
piece
care about
of,
the award-winning thing. I think that as soon as he pronounced that he was all about the animals, for me.
Yeah, but again, though, Sal, how come you can't just say because he's about the animals, I like everything he says, because then you're just going to be blind led into any kind of battle.
Not at all. What it gave me the chance to do was look into him, look into his history, and actually look at what he did.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas before I just dismissed it, so therefore I then looked into it, and then from that point I kind of thought, actually, I get where you're coming from, and you're not just this arrogant person that I originally thought you were. So for me, that's where Ricky Gervais came from, and now I actually get what he says, and it's not offensive. It is actually funny.
Do you know what though? You were saying it's not offensive, but it is to some people,
It
and
may
it's
be for
it's
some
entitled.
people.
It's entitled to be offensive to other people. And all I'm
But
trying to say,
everything's going to be offensive for some people.
everything's going to be offensive to some person. You can say anything. You can go, this dinner I've had at my friend's house I didn't like it. It was horrible. And someone's going to go, oh, you can't say that because blah, blah. They're saying you can't say that because it's not socially acceptable. What I'm saying is someone's put out a piece of media, a lot of people are having an opinion, a lot of other people are having another opinion, and it's basically saying nobody's wrong, but discuss why you think you're wrong. And don't be afraid to say why you think it's wrong. Mm-hmm. But again, I think saying why something's wrong is a bad thing. You need to say that it's this is what I think from this. And if it doesn't evoke the emotions it does to someone else, you can't tell them that series is rubbish. You can't say that because it's not done anything. It's rubbish to you. It's not rubbish to anybody else. If you liked it, you liked it. And again, send me the day when people can go, I didn't like that, and someone goes, do you know what? That's cool. You're awesome. And again, Ricky Gervais is one of them people that is constantly out there going, stop believing what everybody fucking tells you. If you don't agree with it, you are allowed to not agree with it. If someone tells you that their best friend's turning into a woman, you can go, oh, that's a bit, but I don't agree with it, but let them crack on with their life. Same with marriage. When gay marriage came around, people went, don't let them get married. Why? Let them just be as miserable as every other married person I've ever fucking met. Sooner we let go of religion, telling people we can't do this and can't do that, the better the world will be. And again, if you want to become a woman or a man, from a woman to a man or a man to a woman, you go do it. Do whatever floats your own boat. And the day that someone can say, I don't like that you do that, but you're actually all right as a person, will be a better day. Literally 20 seconds left. Summing it up, it was good. It was good for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It tugged on every emotion, and I thought it was good because I'm not really an emotional person.
It was great. We sat and watched.
But it done me in.
It done you in. You were crying your eyes out. I always say, Sally, you got wet eyes. Anything with an animal dying, anything with something going on.
Animals as a rule, but not just general people and just life. But no, it was good. I loved it.
And what we're trying to say is
I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I'd watch it again as well. It does take a while to get into. In my opinion, it does just touch on shit that everyone's been through in their life. Whether it be everything that they target in the series, or if it's just one thing, it touches you, and that's why it's clever writing. It's not clever writing because it's Shakespeare. It's not clever writing because it swears all the time. It's just basically what it is and what it is. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. But it seems to divide people at the minute, and I just wanted to get it off my chest because that's why I like it, and I don't expect anyone listening to understand that or do it. And last words are coming from Sally because she's so eager to say this now.
Can I just say that some people, I think, watch the first part, relate to it, know it's going to be emotional, and fuck it off. And people from work that I've spoke to have gone, actually, when you watch past the first one, it does you, and then you're hooked.
Again, that is it. Again, that's clever writing, is because Ricky Gervais is sat there going, if you watch one episode and fuck off, good luck to you. You get back to your life and crack on doing what you're doing. If you watch it through as a journey and as a situation that you're watching unfold, then you'll get it. And again, if you don't, you don't. I couldn't care less. You've taken 35 minutes out of my time, and I couldn't give a shit. I'm just trying to review something and give an opinion because a lot of people are torn between
down on it.
No, they're down on it. They're loving it. The critics again are loving it. They are loving it, and the people are going, no, I didn't find it funny. But a lot of those people that are saying they didn't find it funny went through a couple of episodes and did not like it, and they didn't give it the chance to go through the journey. So if you're gonna watch it as a journey. If you're not, I've been DJ Nigel, MC Nigel. I don't care what you call me. That's who I've been. This has been
Sally.
Sally just bratted. We just thought we'd do this for a laugh, and I'm going to put it out there, and I couldn't give two fucks, like Ricky Gervais. If you listen to it or you don't, if you're offended by it, good luck, because I ain't got an email for you to send your bad-mouthed opinions to. Keep it to yourself and just crack on with your day. Don't worry about it. Peace out, love, and see you later. Thanks, Sally. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.